This doesn't even feel like evening. Okay. So, this is going to be 56 or so reasons why being sober is a benefit. There we go. Okay, guys. Alright, so the first thing I want to say is, let's start with some personal notes I wrote this morning. I watched this video. It was about an hour long. So long that I think my mom didn't even watch it. It's about dealing with a relationship while involved with drugs and codependent as well with that person and how it goes. So when I grew up like, I don't know, in mental prison, I guess. But if you think about it, as long as you blow up like a puffer fish, like that's what addiction is. If you take a ball and you push it down underwater, addiction, whatever, demons, it's gonna pop back out in your face. I mean, if you're around someone and you feel like you image Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob, and you think about how when she gets mad, she'll go, no one's gonna mess with her then, right? Probably for a reason. And it happens like that so that people don't get confronted and they make others walk on eggshells, pretty much. Oh, I mean, what's good raising your voice to get dominance over a woman or a man, because it's just going to get louder and louder and louder. Drugs is something that people go to. Hi, Taylor. To, I don't know how to explain this, but I guess to feel. For some people, they don't want to feel at all, and they don't understand why the drugs make them feel. It's because, the drugs aren't going to change your emotions and foundation. No one knows why they can manipulate and gaslight planning to make them feel crazy. Why do we do that? Like, oh, you're crazy as heck, even though you were right here with me at the same time, and I will probably, in the past, believe them. It's because we're in denial. What else did I put? It's really important to feel valid and heard and understood. When we are given those things and then, like, only given it to just manipulate a person with it later by saying, oh, I did it, or I was there, or I didn't have to, or help me do this, help me do that, and then, like, say I helped you, guilt trip me, you know what I mean? People do that. There's 3 levels. Think of a pyramid. Basic needs of life. I don't know what level it is, whether meat, fruit, whatever. But if you're into psychology, or we're taking psychology classes, I study it online and I just love psychology. The biology of addiction is, it's like getting stuck in a survival part of the brain. There's 3 parts. The reptile, the one that dictates whether there's danger, and the third one's there to let us know are we going to mate with them. When you meet up with a girl, whether they're lesbian, bi, trans, gay, whatever, I'm born female, I look dykey, I do what I want to do. But reptiles don't ever change their color. That's why we have a part of a reptile brain in our heads. Our colors change all the time. That's what energy is. And when we think about it, you meet a girl and you go, okay, am I going to eat it, hunt it, or mate with it? That's it. So when we're in addiction, it's almost like, have you ever felt insecure and like doubted something about a certain outfit you liked and are like, yeah, and go right back to what you were wearing 5 outfits later? That's exactly what I mean. You want to get sober, or you want to win that way of doing things, but you have to do it the way it's supposed to happen. How many times are you going to do it until you're going to fall down? Then there's only 3 levels, so it's not 9 lives. There's no Mortal Kombat. Remember when they're fighting KO, and then they go down all the way, into where the skulls are. That's cool as hell. That's the pufferfish. And to whoever's watching, hello. I haven't said anything. I'm sorry. This is just for this evening for folks. How much energy does it have to take to go back and forth on what you feel, what you do, and what you want, or who you want to be, or what drug you do? How long is it going to take to realize that there's only so many levels of normal you can not be? I mean, no one's like normal, no one's like unnormal. It's just not really the path usually taken, is to sit there and be fixed. You have to fix it and go out and look for information for yourself. Whoever's watching right now, whether it's a female or a male, at the end of the day, I know that when it comes to intimacy, any gender can give that. Any gender can give that. I mean, I'm not going to be weird, but at least I'm transparent and transgender and able to say that I can translate that into expressing. I mean, I'm just me. We have labels for everything. Why we call that a period and then a pyramid. Right here. You can't see it. Fucking forget it. You know what it looks like. Let's move along. So what I got from that is we're stuck where we were at. We were stuck in the survival part of our brain, the reptile. What's up, Nelly? How are you? And I did see you said true, John. Thank you. You're listening. I like that. It's like think of our life as a mountain. Hi, Jess. We get up to the mountain and we've hiked our ass all the way up there. We're finally at the mountain. Okay, cool. What did we go up there for? Because everyone was trying to tell us we couldn't get up there. Duh. So we fell down a few times. You know it. So probably just to say you did it. You don't feel that way about sobriety, do you? You don't just get sober to say you did it. That's fucked up. People don't sit there and get cancer just because they didn't want it to. They don't get better. I'm doing well. How are you, Nell Bell? When we think about the letter H and the letter M, what's missing in between there? Let me try something. See what you guys have to say. If you're watching, I know you are, but tell me what you think it looks like. I'm going to write it down. We're going to use blue. I'm going to write the letter H. And I'm going to write the letter M. Okay. You want me to write him? Why? Heroin. What is heroin? Low. Down. Erotic? Maybe? Okay, so that's this way. We go down when it comes to doing meth. Wrong. Heroin. Meth. What is meth? What does M stand for? Him could be for the H, and M could be for me. It's a question mark, really. What truly is in the middle of H and M? Not the store girls or the guys that are watching. I'm talking H&M, because I don't know how to make a hand sign, so don't ask. I think it's an 8 with a slash. Well, that's money. Whatever. Anyway, H&M. I put a question mark there, because that question mark is the fine line between love and hate. Have you ever met someone who is extremely hyper and talks a lot, and then goes quiet and, can listen? Have you ever met someone that you've met before who doesn't talk at all? You don't know them at all in addiction, and then you meet them later and they talk because of the drug? I have. Because the sad thing is, people label people, oh my god, they're drug addicts, or oh my god, they did this. Okay, what did you do wrong? We're all sinners. Because sometimes people need to do things to relate to the world. I had someone tell me that they almost did drugs to relate with me. And as weird as nicely as that sounded, as fucked up as it was, I would never allow that. You don't need to fall down. I'm not saying I'm stronger to do it. Or they're stronger to do it. No one's stronger than the other. No one's weaker than the other. There's a little bit of a fine line there. Weak, strong. Heroin, meth, him, her. Come on. God, Adam, Eve. It's all giving us clues in the world. So that's the difference between H&M and him. Okay, back. So the biological point of why we're addicted to physical dependence on drugs. Biology of addiction is stuck in a survival part of the brain. I need a stutter to get around. Even if you know, like for instance, say Bill W. He's like, I cannot drink unless I go to the bar and get any money. I can't build his stocks up without it. So his wife, towards the middle to the end, he's going through hell, and she sticks by his side. And I remember they were at one point uncomfortable with each other because she wasn't liking that he was sober. It's almost like she was so used to the way he was that, it might have not been the dynamic where they were showing in that video, Bill W.'s story, where they were like constantly doing cute things and memories together in a video. But at the end, what do you see? If you guys have seen it, what do you remember? At the end of the movie, they're in a meeting, and the wife looks at the husband looks at the wife. He goes, I gotta go. There's no question. She gets up with him. And they go find someone they need help. I've been doing that. I was at Circle K 2 weeks ago, and there was this guy who was bebopping around looking under his fucking sofa chair. And I don't know. I just felt like I needed to say something. I asked him how he was. He goes, I'm good, I'm fine. I got to know so much about him. He's a Scorpio, he has a daughter on the way, he's addicted to heroin, he wants to stop, he's on probation. I learned so much. And a lot we had in common at that. Because sometimes all it takes, I don't know if anyone has seen my video on here, and if you haven't, I'm going to tell you now. But when you're ready to, this is not like projection or anything, I'm not projecting anything, I'm just trying to throw this information that I learned out in the world. If you're watching, you're watching. I'm saving this video to share on other sites for others to be able to speak of. I mean, nobody wants to watch this kind of thing. But that's why I'm on live on here, so that when it does come time to... nobody wants to learn unless they're doing it themselves. And that's how it's supposed to be. So, the eyes are up there. Alright. For some reason, people just feel the need to stay stuck in a base level need. Like, we can't just go from not eating ever again to eating everything only at night, and then sleeping all night, staying up all day, vice versa. That's why we have 3 meals, is to separate that, the pyramid, the 3 levels. We always have to have nutrition, and emotions are affected by not having nutrition. Water, you can't just survive on water and ice. We all know these necessities. It's why are you saying that, Jason, Jennifer, whatever you are. Well, I'm saying that because, and I'm not being mean to myself, I'm just proud of who I am. I don't really care. But I just feel like people don't understand that there's a way to gain weight and maintain a healthy weight, which starts me into our note cards here. This is free, kids. This is not paid, so take your time. This is going to be going on the wall as well. This is a beneficial thing for wanting to stay sober. You gain weight and you maintain that and keep a healthy weight. Thanks to Jenny Craig, I lost 22 pounds. Anyways, when you think about the benefits of sobriety, you want to work towards something, right? You want to, obviously, if I were to say something, I would want to work towards the career I would want. That's going on the wall as well. You're now able to hold down a job. Oh my God, I lost 7 fucking jobs when I was with my person I was with. 7 or more. Because I go to work, drink, towards the end of, my use, and just to, not emotionally, allow my emotions to be on my face when I'm at work, because I work as an STNA. So they noticed that, the residents would. I had to stop being an STNA because of it, and to figure out what I want to do as a career. So that's extremely important. Now, being able to allow yourself to get free from the demons, whether it's pain or mistakes you made, don't have to be drugs. you're capable of giving and receiving love, and you can have hope to do that now that you've loved yourself. You'll have a sense of pride and accomplishment. Have material possessions which you don't steal or sell. How many times you go into a store and like steal something and had money, like literally on drugs or on alcohol or around a friend that makes you feel like a love drug? How many times? Quickly realize who your true friends are, which is a good thing, because we isolate sometimes. Well, this doesn't have to all solely this topic be on drugs and alcohol. So it could be about anything, drugs or alcohol, H or M. Just shout out so I know you are here, so I know who's watching, because I have no idea. You're a more happier person overall, like, just knowing that your life is improving. Like, I feel like, it's something everyone has, regardless of if they need to get to the point to realize that, because everybody wants to be a happy person. Overall, just knowing that your life is improving is important. Work towards having the career you want. We went around this a few seconds ago, but that's what I mean by career. Like, I love taking care of people. I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor in a nursing home. I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor in a prison, maybe, or a mental health place. I don't know. But that's a little bit of thank you. You do realize that this has been hidden for life, and I could not freaking find it, babe. Work towards having the career you want. You can focus now on doing so. It's not almost about a career, like it's more about what you like to do. Another benefit is willing to give people a second chance. When you're sober, you're not holding grudges and resentful more so towards yourself, but you're not as resentful to the people that hurt you. So being thankful for all you have, especially recovery and that opportunity to forgive or be forgiven, is extremely a blessing. You realize you want to break all bad habits that you have, and have more of a sense of self-worth. Like, I want to stop smoking cigarettes, but I say one and I want one, right? Ooh, I don't have any. So you just gotta be away from it. No longer experience withdrawal symptoms. Now, for some reason, everyone experiences things differently. When I think of withdrawal, I would think about more mental. Like, let's say a person gets up and goes, it's dark out still, but it's 9 o'clock, the sun ain't up, so forget it. That's so sad. Like, just get up and make your own sun, I mean, some of you would probably say, well, sometimes it's not that easy. I know. But you have to self-motivate and push yourself to get the frick out of bed, like, literally. And you feel so accomplished knowing that you didn't lean on anyone to help you, so that the next time that you feel like you can't get up, you will, because you remember you got you back. You get to experience emotion. This is an interesting one. You get to experience emotions to the fullest. Yes, sadness and anger, but also happiness and pure joy. When beginning of my story is that, like, I kind of just like partied like from like 18 to 23, and then alcoholism didn't come in until I was living on my own first time. I had my own place. I had a really good nursing home job. I think I was almost a year and a half sober or two, and then I met a girl, and I tried to help someone else in their sobriety, and I ended up drinking a lot, just to deal with the stress of not showing emotion that I'm like affected by this person in addiction, whether they're using or not. And when I realized that, like, I realized when I let my guard down with somebody, like letting your guard down when you just first in your whole life just let it down for yourself a little bit, and me, a girl who tears it down, it takes forever to get that wall back up. You almost like forget who you are. A lot of sadness and anger came out in that relationship. I was able to get that out. And it makes no sense with that, but I have a lot of like emotions in there that I've hidden for life. Boo-hoo me in my past. That's not what I mean. Like, I just didn't really know how to process and express my emotions or feel, girl or guy, because not everybody's safe to be around to cry with. So with that being said, all that shit from childhood Could be even a friend at school that screwed me over in elementary school. It doesn't mean I'm talking about my mom or my dad or putting blame on family. Like, I'm not saying that. I am actually saying not that at all. I'm saying that sometimes we have our own personal things that we are allowed to feel pain about. And when someone tells us that it's not okay or it's cool or good for you, you have pain, what you do is you go, fuck you, and walk away. Because you can only make somebody forget themselves for so long until they go, wait a minute, bitch, I'm still here. Bye, you're not. Alright, so I'm going to give you an example here in a minute, but first let's get this going. Let's say someone's steady on pills. If anyone's triggered, please get off for the time. I don't want to trigger anybody. I don't want to upset anybody. Like I said, but this is examples that help me. I think of somebody on pills. They're steady on it. They're thinking about their career, though, as well. And then what happens there? Well, they do the same thing. They drink the beer. They function better on the substance, it seems. Bill W. story. Whether it's meth, heroin, pills, X, weed, cigarettes, everyone seems to function better getting that last drink. When he's getting more than 1 shot, 2 shots, doing it every night, and flip-flopping back to weekends and weekdays, and doing it all day, there's a problem. Alcohol is legal for a reason. Meth is also illegal. Isn't also, because alcohol is obviously legal. It should be illegal to some folks that have OVIs. But like when you think of like heroin, like, see, I used to take injections, hormone replacement therapy, 7 years ago. And the needles are about this big. I know people that are in addiction, they use needles to inject for both meth and heroin. I couldn't do that because I've seen it. I've actually seen somebody and do that, and it really hurt me to see them do that. And it's not like I'm saying, oh, they fucked up, they're horrible. Oh, man, I'm gonna learn from them. No, if anything, someone would probably have more wants to be sober because they're injecting themselves with that. Like, you want to make sure they're okay. But you need a grounding coin. What does that mean? To me, you can't help anybody else unless you are grounded yourself. Now, there's situations where you don't expect it. Like, for instance, I'm sure you and someone else used to smoke weed a lot. And so, let's say I wanted to go smoke a blunt. And you're like, oh, crap, my friend is not coming over now. What am I going to do? Crap, I can't smoke this weed without somebody. That's when I would be concerned, because anyone that would smoke weed probably knows that it's like nice to relax smoking weed by yourself. And if I'm wrong, it's probably because we can't be alone. But if you isolate, you can isolate on anything. Honestly, yourself. Detach. That's what that is, pretty much. When we think about this and we're late and further and far into our addiction, we don't realize that we have grounded our addiction very deep into the roots of the world. Just because you don't see us on top of the soil walking and pulling those weeds today because there's flowers blooming doesn't mean that addiction's not there. Alice in Wonderland, for example. Alice is a gal who's inner child. She is taking a nap because mom's lecturing her, and she takes a 90-night nap with kitty cat. She falls down the rabbit hole. Each character in it represents what she feels. Tweedledee, Tweedledum is, to me, like a couple that I know in real life that are like what I want in real life. Like, I want to be them, like that couple. And in the movie, though, to me, it would be like parents. They would be like parental looking. And if you watched it, it'd come off as parents, annoying parents. She sits there and, like bebop, bluey, whatever. Then into the garden. But before you get to the garden, you're near the guy who's smoking hookah, the caterpillar. He is about sexuality. He goes, who are you? And she went to the tea party very, very on birthday before she's seen the caterpillar. So she was already high before she got to the caterpillar, because that smoke from all the teapots is actually weed. So she was high and joining into that, very on birthday thing. A little bit of heroin in there as well, that teacup with the Twiddle, twiddle, twiddle bit. How I wonder where you at. And they closed it. I know you guys, one of you is laughing. I know it. When you think about it, a tea party with no tea. Get it? And the white rabbit pops up out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys remember when she's in the house and she eats that thing. It says, eat me. Some says, take me. Why did she eat it? Because she feels like she's in the middle of small and big. She can't find that medium. When in the beginning of it, where there's that knob, and she doesn't have a key. He goes, "It's up there." He's manipulating her, saying the key's up there on there. It's not though. It seems to be, but she's the key herself. So when she realizes that it made her grow very tall, she fell down and cried until a whole drowning pool of water was near her, where she's. Well, that was the key: is getting her emotions out and passing that door. That's how life is. The walrus. The walrus is, you know, that's the one that gathers up all the clams. He's the alcoholic. And then I think you guys remember at the table where they're all sitting there, weird looking freaking clam thingies. And he like walks out of the room to go get some bread, and the walrus ate them. I mean, we know that alcohol is to not be fucking overused or abused, but we also know that clams are a meal and people like that, so we can't, one, kill them, because if it was in real life, he was just being stingy. Two, in real life, those aren't real or alive. If they are, it's probably because they're cooked, and it's why that's interesting, because if you think about that movie, Little Mermaid, Mr. Man won't go, he goes half in, half out. Half in, half out. And Alice in Wonderland, he goes down the steps. What that's trying to express to you is that you're drowning, but you're fine drowning. Think about SpongeBob. Sandy has the dome underneath the water. Sandy, I need water. He comes in there and he's a sponge. How is he fried? Well, if you think about it, if he's under the sea and he needs water for him to breathe, he needs water for him to breathe. What about the rest of his body? He's a sponge. That's the point. Sandy needs a bubble to breathe. He needs a bubble with water in it. That's what I mean. People drown and people are fine with it. Going into Sandy's hot climate, used to being underwater with a pineapple. And then Sandy won't go out there unless, she can't breathe in the water. But SpongeBob's not fish. That stuff doesn't matter. Pufferfish, everything, if you think about it, is like ironic. Squidward's like the pissy attitude. Sandy's like the go-getter motivation. Mr. Krabs like the money banking guy, businessman, dad preferable. Squidward is like I would say like the Crabbo that SpongeBob tries to cheer up. And Patrick is the one who is not dumb. He lives under a rock, but he's actually smart because then no one can fuck with him. That's what I'm saying. And then we got Sandy, who is SpongeBob's ear. That's Sandy. Gary. Everybody needs a Gary. Everyone needs to have someone that doesn't speak or not speak and talk. I'm a Sandy SpongeBob hybrid. Fuck yeah, babe. Hell yeah. What the fuck? That's interesting. Back to Alice in Wonderland. You remember that part where you hear where she's trying to find her path? This is after the Cheshire Cat goes, "It's that way." And it's always her way. She doesn't like doing anyone else's way. So at the end of the movie, towards the middle of the end, she's at this maze where King of Hearts and all that. The little king, should have been little, like a little kid. Because the way the Queen of Hearts made her king look is small. She wants to be bigger than him. That's not what we do in life. We don't overcome as a woman or a man and be better than someone else. That is not your goal in life. You just want to be better for yourself so you can lead by example, to do better, to receive those people in your life that will see that in you and do better by choice. But this is what gets us stuck. and believing that is a thing that can actually happen to us is shame. Rationalizing all the time. There's 3 steps of addiction. 1, you get started, there's not much consequences, you don't lose much. 2, then you start to lose a little bit, but not enough. 3, you lost everything, you don't care, and you probably at the point where you're rationalizing everything. Like, for instance, there was a girl that I know that told me a story about a time where she got called one morning and said that she... I have to read these over real quick. I forget exactly. Let me just back up. We all have glasses, okay? We all have glasses. Whether you want to call them the glass over your eye or the gloss, whatever. But when we're looking in the world, we choose to see what we want to see. Obviously, that's what they mean in treatment. Like, whatever. But did you see what I just did, though? I only want to see what I want to see. Screw you. I'm fine. When we're forced to have our hands down is when it really works. You're like, crap, I don't want to see that. And that's when we go back to use or back to whatever makes us feel better and put those right back up. How do we maintain having the wipers there? Well, we do. We just keep them on the side. We don't got to do that. You got ears this way for a reason. I mean... Listen, there's kids out there that are fully tatted up, okay? I know there's kids out there that have really nice hair and would love to just cut it and hope the hair would grow back really fast. Which is why I'm different, because I wear sleeves. I can take my sleeves off. They aren't real. It doesn't really matter. How about this? I wear fake hair. So, that's what I'm saying. Why do we get to choose to do what drug we want to do? Why do we get to choose what outfit we want to wear and go back to what we used to wear anyway? Why don't we all just have one outfit per person in life, one house per person in life, and just go visit everybody and swap clothes? Because that's what it seems like the world is today. So, this one time I went to the mall to return a shirt, and I see some shoes. Okay, listen. Just because I can't go to jail for having these shoes, that doesn't mean that I'm not addicted. Just real quick, I'll show you. So I go back in and I return this shirt to get these shoes, right? So I go in there and I get these shoes. I get them, and then I realize real quickly they're not my size. So I get irritated, I go crap, and just don't even go back in to get the right size. And then later, they end up getting dirty because they're white. And I'm like, I'm not gonna wear these. These are dirty, and I don't take the time to wash my shoes properly. I'd rather wash them in the dryer, and I don't want to do that, so I don't have one. So what is the point of that? Well, let's see. Do we remember the part in Alice in Wonderland where it goes, painting the roses red, painting the roses red? Well, I'll tell you why they did that. So the whole task was just to paint the frickin' roses red. Obviously, the queen asked her whatever crew to be doing that. They were milking it and sitting on it and didn't do it at all. So Alice wanted to blend in, and she painted one purple. You can't do that. Off with your head, for real. But that's too harsh. Like, sometimes we paint our colors wrong. I mean, sometimes we only work with what we have. And when someone's so impatient, like the queen, to have us be the way we need to be, it's like, why do you think she says off with your head? Because that's back in the day. Kings and queens ran the world. Now we just have a male president, and that's it. But that's what I mean. That whole dynamic at the end of it, she pops up immediately. And what she's saying is something in the cat. What she's saying in life is, I'm with it. I actually heard you talk this whole time. I wasn't sleeping. I might have dozed off briefly, but I'm here. And so is the cat. You know, I never really watched that video or movie until, really watched it until I was an addiction or out of addiction. And Nelson Ledges, yeah, I play it all the time on the big screens. All it is about somebody finding their own world. Did you know that Alice in Wonderland in life is actually brunette? So we shame, when we grow up with a lot of shame in our life, and we get shamed and blamed for a lot of things our parents do because they're not aware, or I blame, and then I shame myself for blaming myself because of whatever, because I don't know right from wrong. That's what addiction does. If you shame use for a long time, you rationalize everything. I mean, I bet you got caught going to a pawn shop just to go there to sell something of her mother's. You know, I don't know what happened. The cops come. And the cops come, and you know what? And their parents come. You know what that girl says? Well, you wouldn't have wore it anyway, or you rationalize, you justify, or if it's gonna be there, I'm gonna take it. If it's laying there, I'm gonna take it. Oh, are you telling me you just gonna give up on yourself because you laid there and took it growing up, abuse? Or you laid there and took it from your own self giving you abuse, so it's okay to abuse everyone else and steal their stuff? No, you don't do that. You just don't. You can't talk to somebody when they're in that state of mind. You just can't. It's not a comfortable thing to feel shame. It never will be. If you sit there and think about it, think of one thing you're guilty for, and you fucked up bad, and you're guilty, and shame comes in. Difference between guilty and shame is, I think of it this way: shame's like you're really messed up. Guilty's like, I mean, yeah, I make mistakes, but shame is not really a feeling we want to feel, but we feel them, nor good or bad. You know how many times I've bought shoes though and rationalized that I shouldn't get them, that if I do, I'll wear them and I won't come back and get them again. That's pretty much like saying, oh, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm not an addict. It's okay to do one time. No, I have 1 million shoes, dude. You only justify for so long and minimizing everything until you're delusional. Everybody has a different view on this insane world. It's crazy because when you are seeing the world in a way of in the moment or in reality, you're probably in a safe spot. But if you're in and out of that, Alice in Wonderland is why, yin and yang pops up, yin yang, or half of my pie, or moon and the sun. They're similar, the sun and the moon. They might be the same thing and do different stuff. Like heroin and meth, female and male, coffee, hot chocolate. You can mix every single one of those things together, but you can never see the moon and the sun in one spot because of the orbit. When the world revolves around one thing, which is not yourself itself, it's the body of water that we have to have available for others to drink, and so we don't drown them and then think they're going to come back up to the surface because they drowned. And when we allow ourselves to make mistakes and put ourselves so bad to the point where we don't even get up and to help someone else not drown, it's probably because we're drowning ourselves. And if that's how we attract people, is if they see we're drowning already and then they don't help us to at least be there to help them drown, that's probably not a good friend. But this is how it goes. If you meet somebody and they want to be there for them and you didn't know you weren't really ready to do that, if that person's a good friend, they'll help you later. And that's what I'm doing. Because I have to be a friend of myself, and I wasn't a good friend of myself in the beginning or using, and now I'm a friend to myself today. I mean, come on, she stole stuff from this situation. I remember is a client would sit there and get caught at the pawn shop selling a mom's jewelry just to get arrested, and parents would be there to pick her up, and she was making her parents feel almost like they did something wrong. I mean, she said to her mom that Julie has been there for like 15 years. It's not there. If it's there, I'm gonna take it. Like, that's justifying, like, it's like saying, oh, well, the baby wasn't able to hear or see, so might as well kill it. What the fuck? Right? That's fucked up. Because the fact is, jewelry is an object. We people are not objects to just act like we're trash or pieces of paper. Like, I mean, tattoos, I guess you could say we're a mural. But we don't need that. Like, a dog tag is fine. Like, you know, a dog dies, like, we don't know if it's that dog, unless it has a tattoo on it. Well, I think there's dog tags. Alright, let's switch it up a little bit. Alright, new cards. Another benefit of being sober. No more lost time. Make most of every moment. I will tell you that I don't ever waste time, but I really do feel like I've wasted love because of the time, you know? Actually, no high-risk behaviors at all when you're sober. Mentally, when I say this, like, I mean, like, sober from, like, your negative way of handling things the whole time you're living, or the negative way of looking at it, or the negative drugs you do, or the negative dog you don't want, or the negative house that's clean. You get my point. No more getting arrested for committing crimes. We all don't want that. Hello. Dedicate yourself to being your best self. You'll have time to do that. Are you able to spot a liar when you're sober? Oh, I could tell. A thief or a manipulator a mile away. Which comes in handy in actually learning that. Protect yourself. I mean, everybody wants to be healthy and improve their physical being. Nobody sits there and goes, oh, now that I'm sober, I want to be healthy. No, I mean, if they want to be healthy, everyone wants to be healthy. Okay? Nobody ever like gets that just because they have to use drugs just to be... What the hell? Help others without expecting... This is what I'm doing right now. Help others without expecting anything in return, and you will like the feeling. If I sit here and read my phone and someone goes, please make a video about lasagna and how to make it, I'll do it. It's just one person. But that one person could take that video to share it to everyone else. Nobody asked me to make this video. I know it'll help. When we are not people-pleasing and giving things to people because we want to, we have to make sure we understand the difference between rationalizing it and allowing someone to feel comfortable receiving it. John's standing there next to his Porsche, and he's like posted up, like, what's up? And then the guy rolls up in a beater car. Two ways it could go. He can show off, or he can go get out and go smoke a blunt with him in his beater car and make a friend. Or, neither of those two things happen. They pull up, and then one leaves, and the other one goes eventually later, and they meet up again later. And this guy has a brand new car and has the nicest, beautifulest car in the world and drives around a beater. And that guy didn't remember what his car looked like, but that guy didn't remember what his Porsche looked like. Think about it. If people know we're good people, and if we're daughters and sons of someone's people, they probably know that who we are. So if somebody knows we're lying, manipulating, and cheating, and stealing, and doing drugs, it's probably because they've done it themselves. So if it's a parent, probably is not fair to say that just because your parents don't do drugs doesn't mean they don't know what substance is or money is addictive to, you know. Hi, Angelina. How are you? Oh, that's right. Thing is like, they might not be ready to accept or reciprocate whatever goodness this is. And it's probably because of the fact that they don't know if they can trust that goodness is really real. Or if the offer is forever. Or always. So sometimes we sit there and we think about that, and we think, like, for instance, I would not reciprocate at all, and I would only receive back in the day. Whatever it may be. And throughout my years and everything right now, I'm okay if I don't receive anything. Because I would not offer the air if I didn't have it. Doesn't mean, like, I need to be fully giving my gas mask. Because that's toxic. But to just know that some people, might need a little CPR. Doesn't mean you saved their life, but that's their job to keep the life. Everyone has a pure heart, but not everybody in the world can trust their own pure heart to love themselves or anyone else, or just in general. Even if they received love at home or have never been unloved. It's actually more of a chance of feeling unloved more by having a lot of love in your life than it is to feel the opposite if you had a lot of love or less love and only one love in your life. Like that one pair of shoes. If it doesn't talk or walk, I have to walk in them. Shoes are one of the main things I like because you have to wear them every day. It's beneficial. Who wants to walk with socks off? Grandma. She likes walking with socks off. I do too. Probably why I got bit by a bee. Anyways, there's that. Stay away from abuse and negativity and make amends for the past. Now, hear me. Make amends for the past. Not go make amends right now. Oh my God, I'm sober 10 months. Hi. We're going to do the amends now. I'm going to call out Jack, Rack, Back, and Gack. Sorry for whatever I did. Bye. You don't mean that. Don't you dare do that. Don't you make a list and check it twice. You wait until you bump into them again, or you reach out when you know you're going to be there for them. Karma. That's what that is. Make amends for the past. Why doesn't it say make amends with whoever you hurt? There's a reason for it. Because no matter if we make amends, we're not doing the amends for them to feel better. We're doing it for us. And if you have to be the one searching and finding them and saying sorry, and if that's how your relationship was before any amends needed to be made, and they never owned their shit on their end, don't go make amends. That's one you just stay away from. You get healthy, stronger, write a note, whatever. Phone's dying. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Robert. Hi, Izzy. I haven't talked to you in a while. Bobby's coming home soon. Dude, I miss you, Angelina. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sierra. Max Nair. It's been a long time. I think the last time I seen you was in Painesville. Abigail, you too. Scorpio. Downing Michael. I don't really know who you are, but hello, Mike as well. Haley. I know who you are. How are you? Chelsea, what's up? Christy, what's up with you? Brianna, Jacob, Crystal. Listen, I can't say hi to everybody, but I'm about to. Last person is Jessica Meaner. I haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, he'll be home in a couple months. So I'm prepped. Anyways, we got a couple more here. Family. Family and friends trust you again, and you're able to financially and emotionally support your loved ones. Anybody can throw money to someone and go, here, get your life together. Doesn't mean they're going to keep it. You laugh so hard, it hurts, and this happens a lot. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. When you get sober, you don't take world so serious, you know? And hope is good over here. Faith is good over here. I hope you're doing well. I dropped off the face of the earth, I know. A lot of people. Don't do shit that makes you sick to your stomach. Now, what does that mean? We don't follow our intuition. Everyone has it, okay? Not just for fucking females. I'm born female. I'll always have the mother intuition. Plus the other awarenesses and everything else. But what makes you sick to your stomach, that means that you probably... Every time my stomach hurts and I have this throat thing, like... That's because something's going to happen and I feel it. You feel that energy. That's why it's important to hang around healthy people. If bad days arrive, you'll know there will be a better tomorrow. In addiction, you don't think about tomorrow. Some of you might, but why? We know why. When we're going to get it, right? Only think of the moment. Like Lifehouse, moment here with you song. Be aware of the evil that exists, not naive to what people are truly capable of. Let me try to say this again. Be aware of the evil that exists, not naive to what people are truly capable of. This is a good one. Second to last. No longer worrying about making a fool of yourself when high or drunk. Improve your physical appearance and no longer look strung out as fuck. I'm going to pause here. There's more to go. I'm going to make a number 2 later. We covered sobriety-threatening issues. We covered people that are in denial of their use and make others feel like they are the reason why they use. And we covered that sometimes we have to, like, make others feel like they fucked up our fuck-ups so that we don't have to feel our fuck-ups, and being able to know that is crazy. So we use our mind to get through life. And when you're using drugs, you're using your reptile brain, just saying. Because you're eating the shit, drinking the shit, or fucking the shit, regardless. There's no drug you can fuck but a human, so love drug. Make love with your damn self. Say hi to Princess. That's my girl. She loves people. She's really good with love and heartache. One time she got out, and I had no idea where she was. I was scared as frick. She was with this guy who just recently got out of a breakup, and I got her around the time I left Amber. And this dog will never leave the house. The door will be open, and she'll just sit there. When I say my door is always open for a reason, I only close it when you're toxic. So find your own light. That's a huge compliment from you, Bella. I really appreciate that. I am really, like, that's a very sweet thing to say, because I wasn't really a good human. I was a human. Right, Prince? I want to show you guys. What? Give me a kiss. Can I have a kiss? Please? Give me a kiss. She's so good. She says, hi, yeah. Thanks to her, I don't know what I do. Like, I really don't know what I would do without her. She's the reason why I got everything back the last time, so she can have a home to stay in. She's my girl. Yeah, my baby. Don't you bite me. She wants to go outside. Izzy, if you want to, what? You can message me. We can video chat sometime. I'm going to come back on here in a little bit. And I'd like to save this. What's your horoscope real quick, Bella? And where you stay at now? I am in Cleveland. Huh? What? What, baby? I know. She's so cute. Just message me, okay? Whoever's watching, let me see. Alright, it says 3 people. So whoever is there, I will talk to you later. Alrighty. I'm posting this. Hopefully it does. Alright. Message me. Is it is?